Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaylee and I am pregnant with twins. I didn't post last week. I normally on Friday I post, and I didn't post last week because the past 2 weeks have been crazy hectic. The babies are not here yet, but I just kind of wanted to talk about what I've been experiencing these last 2 weeks. Please stick around to the end of the video. Give this video a thumbs up, comment what you would like to see us do next. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get posted every time I post. And yeah, let's get into this video. A week before Memorial Day, on Monday, I came down with a really bad stomach flu. So I was throwing up a bunch, super just down. You know, when you have the flu, it just kind of hits you like a truck. So I just was not feeling good. The next day I felt better, but I just didn't have an appetite. So I wasn't really eating. And so I just still felt just really weak, trying to get out of that flu funk, back to normal life. And I thought maybe, the next day, Wednesday, would be better, and it wasn't. I still wasn't eating much. I don't know, it was so weird. With twins, you'd think that I would just be eating everything. So I just wasn't feeling good after the flu that I had. It was a 24-hour flu, so it went away, but I definitely, it just knocked me down. Thursday, I ended up just having a normal OB appointment, and I told my doctor that I was extremely tired, wasn't eating anything, and just wasn't feeling good. I have not been super tired in this pregnancy. Tired, but nothing where it's I can't function. And that week I was not functioning. I would wake up and then sit on the couch and then take a nap, and then I'd wake up, take a nap again. I was so tired and just so unable to function. So he wanted to test certain things. So we tested my thyroid. I said in my previous video that I'm anemic, which means that my red blood count is low, which can make you really tired. And so he wanted to check my iron again. We checked my urine. And so that's where things started to get kind of crazy. By Friday, I was feeling so much better. I got my appetite back, and it came back a ton of bricks. I was so hungry all the time, and since I got my appetite back, I have the biggest appetite. I can eat so much. I can out-eat my husband. I'm just so hungry all the time, which is good. I'm glad that it's back because I did not like the feeling of it being gone. That freaked me out. My labs came back. My thyroid looked good. My iron count was going up, which is great because I'm on iron supplements, so we wanted it to go up. But there was protein in my urine, which can mean preeclampsia. And if you know what preeclampsia is, it's just a complication that affects the liver and the kidneys of the mom. And my labs came back on a Friday, so I had the weekend to just stir in this thinking oh my gosh, I probably have preeclampsia. And this is Memorial Day weekend, so this is a 3-day weekend. So I'm freaking out. So I call my doctor and I'm just tell me are we good? What's going on? And he was yeah, it looks good. No need to worry. They look for your protein creatinine ratio, and mine was 0.2. And preeclampsia is detected, or you have preeclampsia or you're in the threshold if you have 0.3. So I'm still new. I don't know all the terms, but I was 0.1 under what is iffy. So we were good. So, okay, that was that week. And I had posted my DIY of my high chair that week, and I was so sick. I was so tired doing that video, and I'm like so surprised that I got it done and got it edited and got it out. I like sat the whole time, and after I filmed it, I took a 3-hour nap. I was so tired. So then it is Sunday, the following Sunday, day before Memorial Day. I'm at my family's house. We had a barbecue, everything was going great. And then all of a sudden I just started getting this like awful pain. And I've talked about my pelvic floor pain a couple times. This was like, no joke, this was so bad, and it was consistent. So it wasn't, I didn't think it was contractions or anything. It didn't stop like being teary. It was just so painful. So my husband called my doctor and was like, what do we do? And he's like, go into L&D. Sounds like she's having contractions. And so we went to labor and delivery, and they tested more, tested my urine again, took my blood pressure. Blood pressure looked good. We did an NST, which can say if you're having contractions or not. The babies looked great on the NST, the non-stress test. And what we found was that I had a UTI. So that was causing that crazy amount of pain, and it can also cause contractions. So I was having a few contractions. And then that's why that's why my pelvic floor pain was just like so painful, because not only are my twins like super deep in my pelvis, but I had a UTI on top of it. And that explained why I was so tired the week before, because when you have an infection, you're just so tired. You feel like you've been like hit by a bus. So yeah, I knew it wasn't pregnancy tired. So glad we got that figured out. But they wanted me to come back in the next day to L&D and get another non-stress test, check my protein in my urine again. So Memorial Day, we went back in and had all that testing done, and everything looked great. So I was released, I looked good. And then Tuesday, goodness, I was at the hospital almost every day last week. Then Tuesday, I had an appointment with MFM, my maternal fetal medicine doctors, and I was getting just a normal ultrasound, and the doctor comes in and is like, I do not like your labs. Your liver enzymes are really high. Your platelets are really high. There's protein in your urine. We need to do tests again. We need to do some lab tests right now. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And she's like, if your labs come back the same or worse, you are delivering today. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. It's like, just sprung it on me like that. And so oh my gosh. So then I went and got those labs done. And she was like, I will call you with results and let you know by tonight. I got them done like, I don't even remember. Like it was maybe like early afternoon, like maybe even noon. And so, it takes a good couple hours for your results to come back, but it is like 11 p.m. and I haven't heard from my doctor, and I'm like, am I going until like, are they going to take me or what? And with my shots that I take, I have to have, it's like so complicated, but if I have a shot, if I give myself a shot, it lasts in my body for 24 hours, and you cannot have that medicine in your body and get an epidural. It'll cause problems. So you want to skip a shot if you think labor's coming. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, do I take my shot? Do I skip it? What do I do? So I called, and my doctor is like, I don't know how, but your labs are resolving, and like the protein in your urine went down, your platelets look better, your liver enzymes look better. And so we just assume it was because of my UTI, but we were just like, okay, sounds good. And then I had a follow-up with my OB the next day. And that is when we picked an induction date. So we picked June 12th, which is this Saturday. And I was so upset because I'm in so much pain. I can hardly walk in the night. I have to have Carson help me. It is so painful. These last few weeks have just been excruciating. I'm crying every night. I just am like, oh my gosh, please take them now. So in my head, I'm like, okay, June 12th sounds good. But I'm like, there is no way I'm making it another like 10 days. There was just no way. My doctor wanted me to have weekly NSTs. So then we set up 2 NSTs for this week. He wanted an AFI, which is where they just check the fluid in the uterus. He wanted more labs done, and he wanted me to get the Group B strep test. Gosh, there are so many appointments that I've had in just the past 2 weeks. So the next day, I went in to see his physician's assistant, and he actually went out of town and won't be back until June 10th. So the doctor on call is just his partner, which he's great as well. But my physician's assistant she did my Group B strep test and was like, I don't know why we're not inducing you right now. She's like, you are like ready to go. These babies are perfectly healthy. We got to figure something out. So they kept me there and monitored me for about 30 minutes with my blood pressure because it was a little bit iffy at first. And so we monitored the blood pressure, and after 30 minutes ended up reaching 150 over 100. And iffy blood pressure when you're pregnant is 140 over 90 and anything above that. So they sent me straight to L&D. They were like, you're having these babies. I'm like, all right, like this is the next, this is it. Like, let's go. Get to L&D, and my blood pressure drops to 123 over 75. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I don't want complications. That is not what I'm saying. But mentally, being told you're going to have your babies and then not have them is so weird. It's like, that is so hard for me. So that happened twice, that I was going to have my babies and then ended up not. Obviously, there's a plan, and they weren't supposed to come that day. So we got through the weekend. And then yesterday on Tuesday, I had an NST, another AFI, and lab work done. Everything looked great. Blood pressure was still perfect. Fluid looks great. Their heart rates look great. They look great. My lab work is also resolving. My platelets look better. My red blood count looks better. Everything just looks better. And so it's just so crazy. So I'm thankful that it's resolving and it's looking good and everything looks great. But I'm just ready to go. I am ready to have these babies. I have to wait like 4 more days. June 12th, I will be 37 weeks. 37 weeks is still 3 weeks early, because 40 weeks is a full term, but full term for twins is 37. So I feel just so proud of myself that I have made it this far, because a lot of twins are born well before 37 weeks, and I'm just so proud of my body for doing this. I'm proud of mentally and emotionally, like what I've been through, and like I'm here now. I think I can do 4 more days. Man, I can do it. Feels like it's forever away. Feels like it's never gonna come. The hours just go by so slow, but we're getting there. I'm hopeful that I can make it to Saturday, but we'll just have to see. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Everything's been looking so good. So yeah, you never know though, with pregnancy, it can always like take a crazy turn. So who knows? But that is the update. Oh boy, it is coming soon. That's so crazy. Thank you for your support. Please make sure to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram at Kaylee Tate, and I will see you in the next video.